Okay. Um, I just accidentally erased last video, so we're gonna do this again. Half an hour video, real quick. Caterpiller Friend goes along with the illustration from last time. Caterpillar Friend. Let me not accidentally hit the button. 80 videos and only erasing one by accident isn't that bad, but it's one too many. If I can't even remember the genius that was on that last video, but we'll call it the lost tapes. And if I could ever find it, no, I erased everything. Back, we're doing this from scratch. How many? I have like 40 gigs of videos now. So this is Caterpillar Friend, which goes along with children's book. All right, let's do this. Caterpillar Friend. I believe this is how I did it last time. I held this up to my mouth to have it official. Caterpillar Friend. A caterpillar gently sits asleep atop my upper lip, and when my lips they start to move, the caterpillar starts to groove. When stinky cheese comes into sight, he twitches left, he twitches right. But when I feed him chocolate chips, he grows to show how big he is. When I forget to feed him lunch, my bottom lip he starts to munch. And once I thought I saw a ghost. He jumped up on his tippy toes. Some people say that I should send away my caterpillar friend. But for now, I think I'll keep my caterpillar where he sleeps. So that was pretty much how I did it last time. This is going to be a 20-minute video. 20-minute video. Short and concise. Below this, there should be the picture and the audio of me doing this a year ago. Not a year ago, maybe like February, January. Let's see, what is the quick narrative of that? I said this already. I lost the video. It's like 10 minutes in, and then I was fumbling around, and I hit the thing, and it erased the thing and the fucking thing of the thing. So, you know what? Sitting in one place for hours. You hear that? Wait, I got another one. No, didn't crack. I didn't crack my neck and shit last time. Oh my god. Oh my gosh. All limbered up. These muscles on these bones aren't used to being used like this. Woo, if you're not sore, you didn't do what you're supposed to do in the gym. You should feel like you just got beat up. You know what else makes you feel like that? Sleeping on the ground. I came here and I showed up at my folks' house, and they're like, "Oh, sorry for the mattress on the ground." I'm like, "Dude, I've been sleeping on cement." That's a funny story I didn't say in the last video. See, every time is different. I was sneaking back into my apartment. I got evicted in July, and then I would stay with friends, but off and on, and they get tired of you after a while if you're bumming around. Doing this, I did this Caterpillar Friend poem while me and Shah are on the road, and we're doing the same thing, living our politics, this is what Occupy Wall Street attracted people to do. The world's fucked up and shit. Let's just go out there and start talking to people. Let's just do something. We just need to do something. And then the fucking Colbert and the fucking other dumbasses from the mainstream narrative are like, "But you guys don't have any demands." Well, you don't have any values. You know, Jon Stewart's and the Colberts and the news anchors who are like, "What are your demands? What the fuck are your responsibilities as a news person to have people, decision makers on your show, and you don't ask them actual questions? You just fall for the fucking left-right dynamic." So at least we're having substantive discussions, which is why we don't have demands. We're figuring out that, wow, we haven't even been communicating like normal citizens, and so we're having general assemblies and horizontal conversations until those got corrupted by the college kids and the paid activists who wanted to push us into identity politics because these are controllable groups. From the very beginning, they were trying to do that, but the General Assemblies went out for a little bit until they started doing progressive stack. You're a white male, stand down. You're a lesbian African female who identifies as a Mongolian, stand up. And yeah, that kind of ruined the whole civic discussion by creating a lot of them and the plants. We had a lot of plants, homeless people who were agitating that we knew were getting paid. And then other people who were getting paid, who knows from what. I was trying to find them. And then until I got kicked out of stuff because I was asking too many questions, which seems to be a habit of the Shaz, ask too many questions. That was a good tangent, right? But yeah, living your values sometimes is annoying for the working class. That's actually why I got into real estate. So many people were like, get a job, get a job. And so after I did that and got tired by the professional protesters and the mendacity and duplicity I saw from within the protest movement, you become a little cynical. And I'm like, you know what, I'm just going to make some fucking money. Everyone else is doing it. So from 30 to 35, I just made some fucking money. I made $500,000. I was up to $200,000 a year. And then I gave that up. My real estate license just expired November 2018. But I think it'd be a conflict of interest. Like a simple peanut farmer once told me, sometimes you got to put the family business aside if you're trying to do something for the greater good of your nation. You have to take your personal corporate interests and put it aside. So that's what I'm doing. I think I could still sell books because that's not conflict of interest. That's just me talking. I'm allowed to talk, aren't I, and sell my words. And then also, if you sell your writing, then what are you doing but printing money anyways? So when I speak, I speak money. So people say, oh, I guess rappers are kind of like that. Maybe that's why they're so cocky and egotistical. It's fucking, my words got, you know what's a really good way to learn how to freestyle is play Buddhist meditation chants. And they're like, oh, Shaz's words got weight like they carrying gold. The bold soul who knows who goes. There's nothing that makes you feel sillier than trying to freestyle and talking yourself into a corner. Let me put on a beat. I'll let you know what I mean. You have to get into a vibe. Because we just did Caterpiller Friend. Buddhist meditation chants. It helps if you're a little stoned too. And then, you know what? No, chill flow. Chill flow beats are the best. Because those have some of those tribal meditation chants. Yeah. Chill step, Yairuma, river flows. You see how it's already river and down and shit like that? It's all the same conversation, different words. I'm on a tip a lot of people are on. I'm just trying to put words to it. Right? Oh, what the fuck is this? No, that's some cheesy ass shit. Hold up. Chill step. River flows. I guess. No, that's that beat. I really don't want that beat though. Let's do Kingdom Hearts. See, it could be nice, but it can't be cheesy. But you notice the tempo. This is like baby rap. And then you practice by starting with a rap that's always in your head. For me, it's Sound Bomb, and I grew up on the golden era of hip hop. What is it? Raucous Records. Raucous Records was started by a Rupert Murdoch's son. You see how the top of the culture waters the bottom, but also tries to own it? There we go. I begin. Dun, 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 dun. Let's do like a. Oh man, why do we gotta chill step? I guess the chill step has that overproduction. This is not. We're getting all sidetracked. Let's do chill hop. I'm doing chill flows. Chill hop is gonna get me the beat I want. There we go. Chill hop year mix 2017. This is a pretty good station to get blunted to. Now instead of too much melody and then the production came in. Now we got a hook. We got a noticeable kick. We got a rim shot. We got a little bit of melody in the background. We have ambient noise. We got horns. That's a lot better, right? Doing the podcast, Shaz tried to look past all the people he don't see because they don't see me. I just see myself, trying to reveal what is the true self. The best is yet to come. He's a dum-dum, can't think of any words to this song. That's what it is, see. Self-awareness kills. I'm thrilling when I'm beginning, because I'm beginning out of what is left for the children. The wisdom's there from this get-go, from the start. You just gotta find out a way back into the heart. You're born with what you know, and then you learn what you forget. So there's no reason to regret what you haven't learned yet. See, that's a good line right there. And once you create one good line, why can't you create two or three? And just string them next to each other. But it takes a relaxed mind, right? Flow. This is like a Nora Jones type beat, right? See, now that R&B, hip-hop, we're all blending back together. It all comes from the source. No one's got the ownership. Of course, they claim that they do. And that's why you got Common and Ice Cube selling out to the man or the dude or the corporation, whoever owns all this shit. And then they want us not to call them hypocrites. We're supposed to keep following what they're selling. Even though you got kids out here yelling that they're not being paid no mind. It's insane what's outside. It's insane what we have to put up with. Despite our best intentions, despite all your likes and all your mentions, you're still not happy. You still forgot to be what you originally were, yourself. You were born whole. You were born without the need for anything other than your soul. You were born without translation. Don't let other people tell you that you're born for damnation. You're pure. Pure of heart, pure of spirit, pure of mind. All you gotta do is find what you forgot. It's all inside. It's pretty simple, actually. Like a pimple, like a dimple, right above a girl's ass. Look and seek and ask, and you will find, and you will reap what you sow. So as you go through life, searching for your own flow, keep your heart open, and try not to close them doors. And we won't fall into no mo bags. Searching for the bag, searching for the bag man. LeBron says, get that bag. But LeBron, what about the questions that we ask? Do you ask questions or do you just seek? Do you just try to reap? Do you just try to build your stacks? Have you forgotten how to ask? Be curious about the world around you. Because what you found is that you succeed while profiting from other men's greed. It's not really helping the rest of us. It's not really representing what's the best of us. But it's okay because you got a brand and you're the man for now. But when your children or the friends of your children or the suffering that you're willing to proceed through your ignorance and your greed keeps spreading, are you going to be regretting taking a stand when you didn't? What you was when you... I don't know. It's okay. You're forgiven. Who am I to judge? Get mad at someone for not speaking the words that I think they should? What are those words? It's all coming from love, right? If you fault the world for what it lacks, instead ask then how can you give back, because that might be the space for you to find your own lane. So don't complain and don't hate, educate, and then you can remain free, happy, loving, and what you're supposed to be. A unique specimen, miracle of humanity, right? Something like that. It's pretty good. It's fun. You get stoned. You can start a line, someone else starts a line. Be joyful. That was cool. I'll go back and see if there's any good lines in there. My friend, she was pretty creative. She could do a lot of good lines with me. She just said, I miss you, dude. Yeah, a lot of people miss you when you live a good life because you hopefully bring joy into theirs as they do into you. So I am a recluse and I'm on my grind, but it is by choice. And I will again find the time for my friends after I find my voice, right? Caterpiller Friend. Caterpillar gently sits asleep atop my upper lip, and when my lips they start to move, the caterpillar starts to groove. When Stinky Cheese comes into sight, he twitches left, he twitches right, but when this is an ode to my mustache. So many people tell me, "Oh, Shaz, you should shave the beard." Maybe that girl didn't hook up with me this Tinder date because I had the beard. But nah. The first couple hours she was with it, I think, being really sweet. But then I was too much in my own head. You can be a sexual creature. You can be an analytic creature. It's hard to do both. It's hard to dance while you're looking at your feet. I was looking at my feet a bunch over the weekend. But that's what this is. This is an introspection. And then after the introspection, I'll have the reflection. And then it will be time for the sensations of the temptations. And we can get back to living life. But right now we are analyzing it. It's hard to do both at the same time. Caterpillar Friend. But I'm keeping the beard. Might get rid of the hair, but I think I'm going to keep the beard. I got this idea. I'm going to keep the wisdom beard. Let it grow through 2019 while I continue on my path of correcting my word and my walk. That's a good one, correcting your word and your walk. Man, yeah, but YouTube thinks that I don't have a right to access my creative content. I had 4 videos that were copyright infringed. And then YouTube took down over 300 of my videos for that. Well, they just canceled my account. I emailed them. I said, let me have access to my content. Even Facebook lets you download your content before you delete it. YouTube has a very funny, Google in general has a very funny customer service policy. You can tell that they haven't really innovated. They bought their innovation. They bought YouTube. And so if you buy your growth and you weren't the original person to solve those problems, you might not understand your customer base or the values that they identify with. So YouTube is a brand with an undeserved customer base, as is a lot of Google service. And then they don't have the thing that Craigslist has, which is a lot of goodwill to keep their customers there. It's not because it's the best service, but we know that Craig Newmark, the founder of Craigslist, is a good guy and he'll fight for you. Take eBay to court when they try to go against what he believes are the values of his initial little website service. But Google's kind of a dick. Look up Eric Schmidt. He's kind of a dick. Look up the founders. They're kind of naive. So they are asking to have the customers peeled away from them. They're asking for Shaz to have a conversation with them because they're taking something which is valuable from me. In all of those hundreds of videos, there were my Occupy Wall Street videos, which I paid $300, and I went through the whole protest. And one day I hired a guy to follow me around, interviewed some good people. And before that, the citizens audit we just went through, that was a time in my life that the only place I stored them was on YouTube. So I don't even have access to those. So we are going to have a conversation, but I'm a patient man. We're going to have a conversation at the place and time of my choosing. But I'm calm now. After about 6 months, 5 months, it happened around March maybe when they took those down. But it won't take me that much to talk myself back into a little bit of anger. It pisses me off, but it's a cold war right now. But it's my shit. And if they did that against me, that means they did it against other people. Where they just shut down our accounts without giving us access to our what do you call it again? The stuff that you create on your own that you own. My creative content, my original content. It's worth something. And if you deprive me access to it, and well, now there's maybe the case for damages. But let us find out how much my original content is worth before I go after you for damages. I've emailed you multiple times, YouTube, and you haven't responded. I've called you, I haven't been able to get through. I should call them right now, actually. Let me call them. I'll call them. Nah. We'll wait. We're going to finish this grind, and then hopefully have a little bit of money, and I'll let lawyers do the lawyer shit. From when I learned about dealing with my landlord in court, is the best case you catch him in a lie and it just frustrates you. Let people who are paid to deal with this shit, and they will be less frustrated. I caught my landlord doing shady shit, still give up the apartment because it was, at the end of the day, it wasn't worth it for me to keep it and keep fighting them because I was tired of interacting with them. I don't like interacting with bullshit people, so I think it's worth it to pay to have certain people solve your problems. That's why I had a career in real estate. I dealt with intelligent people who were successful and felt like it was worth it for me to solve their housing needs as opposed to them run around and do it themselves and interface with a bunch of bullshit. So I've interfaced with bullshit for people on their behalf and got paid pretty well for it. And I'm going to do that when I'm ready to get back my videos. But there's a video I did before about this. I'm already getting a little bit angry. And we just did the chill hop thing too. See, Shaz, be aware. Shaz, be aware of your emotional state. And let's allow us to stay in a nice, calm state when we want to. And when we want to shift gears and go into those other gears, I have him there. I have him there. I can speak all the languages of the human expression. So, when it's time to have certain conversations, we can have them in whatever language is appropriate to the forum or the venue. So, but when I'm talking to myself about introspection, about my life and plans and unifying this narrative of myself, this is the lowest gear. This is the calm one. And that one is also a good one to try to flow in and be silly. This is the editing out the ego gear. This is the meditative, calm Buddhist monk gear. No, that one would be silent. I wrote that earlier this year, when I was writing the Tao. To appear wise, move with transparent intention. So if you want people to feel like you're smart, then just be transparent about your intention, and then that's the whole idea about sincerity and honesty, correct towards truth. I'm trying to be transparent through these videos in order to show that there is a wisdom to the way I live my life. At least I try to. But to be wise, be still. And that's another level. So to appear wise, move with transparent intention. But wisdom really is the wisdom of silence. Just like true spirituality is a nameless God. It's beyond words. That's why most, if not all, religious traditions at their foundational, during their inception, believe that we shouldn't really put names to this stuff. They recognize that the names is the beginning of the corruption and the dogma and the bullshit and the tribalism and yada yada. If it's nameless, then now we're just one club as opposed to this fratricide of many different clubs, and we're just different paths up the same mountain. But once you start naming it, now you can claim that my mountain's different than your mountain. My people are saved, your people are lost. So the unnamed and the unknowable is probably the most humble approach to the spiritual, and wisdom in its highest practice should approach the spiritual, I would imagine. All paths up the same mountain. Look at all that depth out of Caterpiller Friend. This is a good video. I'm going to stop this one before I erase it by accident again. Wait, what?